sexual abuse, addiction, an eating disorder, betrayal, and 2 divorces. Toni Collier had experienced tremendous trauma. And now the founder of Broken Crayons Still Color has a new message for the world.
In a culture full of noise and confusion, Toni Collier is on a mission to show the world that brokenness doesn't get the final say. She's a speaker, author, and powerful voice of healing and hope. And in her new book, Don't Try This Alone, Toni reminds us that while pain is unavoidable, it doesn't have to define us.
Please welcome to the 700 Club, Toni Collier. It's great to have you here.
It's so good to be here.
I want to talk about your new book. First, let's just set some things up here.
Yeah.
You got a phone call at 6 in the morning. Any call at 6 in the morning, as far as I'm concerned, is intrusive.
Yeah.
But this was really a crushing call.
Yeah.
Tell us what happened.
Yeah, I was in Nashville, Tennessee, filming with a Christian network and just kind of living my life. I got a call from my ex-husband, and the first thing that he said was, "I really messed up this time." And he confessed to more infidelity in our marriage. And this time I realized that it was a repetitive behavior. It was rooted in addiction, and my marriage was no longer God-honoring.
You wrote, your first book was Broken Crayons Still Color. Talk a little bit about that, where that message came from, how God gave you that.
Gosh, I gotta tell you, Terry, it was in my living room with my 2-year-old breaking crayons all over the place. And it's interesting how kids really do inspire us in so many ways. And my daughter, with all of these broken crayons, is still just coloring and in her mind creating beauty, because the truth is she was. And it turned into my life's message. What does it look like to create beauty from brokenness?
Well, that's the promise of God, beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning. And you talk about the fact that we, sometimes when we're hurt, I mean, you've had many layers of that, so you speak from experience, but I say this about all of us, you isolate, like you hide, you go away. What if I'm misunderstood? What if I'm already misunderstood?
Absolutely.
People's impressions of us, our own feeling of low self-esteem. I mean, how do you combat that?
Yeah, I think the truth is we don't combat it alone. We need people to help give us strength, to redirect us, to hold us accountable, to point us back to the cross when it seems like the cross has been crushing us, to remind us that God is a God of redemption, and He does His best work in the broken places.
You know, you talk in your new book, Don't Try This Alone, excellent, by the way. You talk about the fact that we need to form community around us. It's not just don't try this alone. You don't mean just without God. We're meant to be relational. How do you build, when trust has been broken on multiple levels, how do you build a trusted community around yourself?
I think the truth is we really do have to be the healthy community that we want. Oftentimes we really want great godly friends, but we are not great and we are not godly. And so we have to start focusing on our own healing so that we can attract healthy people.
So
people
how
that
did
love
you do
Jesus.
that, Toni, for yourself?
Yeah, for myself, the truth is I went into counseling. I got real serious.
Can I just
Come on,
say,
I mean, we just got to say it right here and there. I mean, I went into counseling because I wanted to say yes to Jesus, of course, but I wanted to look like him too. Because do you know that we can love Scripture and know it from the front to the back, but still be mean?
And we can know that we need to change, but be confused about how to change.
How to change, the practical. And I think God will always be our source, but we get to tap into resources like counseling, like podcasts, like great books that help to shape our humanity and our Christianity as well.
And like not pulling away from people. We're easily offended.
Oh, goodness.
Especially in the church.
You're stepping on toes here, Terry. Okay?
And so we need to sometimes stay. There are good relationships that we walk away from because in our brokenness, somebody has offended us.
That's right.
You know?
And the truth is, I mean, we saw Jesus even walk with Judas, knowing that he would betray him. And my good friend, Crystal Evans-Hurst, said to me once, she said, you know, the betrayal of Judas, the betrayal of the one didn't discount the beauty of the 11. We have to get back up again. We have to trust again. We have to believe that people can actually cause ruptures in our life, but they can also repair them too. So sometimes we need to stay.
We're all broken.
Come on.
Yes,
we're all broken.
You also talk about the fact that our brains are actually wired to be able to have grief as well as gratitude, pain as well as joy. Talk about that.
We can hold both.
Yeah.
We actually can experience redemption and also acknowledge that without death, redemption has no power. And so we get to sit in valleys sometimes. We get to be the one sometimes that Jesus comes after until we have strength to be the 99.
And he does come after us.
Every single time.
Yeah. How important is the word in this battle to figure out who you are and where you're going in life, and to surround yourself with a group of people who are going to encourage and
Well, the truth is, it's just not enough to be a good person. We have to have a moral compass. And our North Star is Jesus. Always Jesus. It brings us back to appreciating who we're supposed to be and how we're supposed to live that out in patience, in kindness, in self-control. We need a North Star.
Toni, so often when things happen to us that are negative, and especially if it's shameful, if we feel like, you know, other people are going to look at us differently because of that, we put a victim mentality on ourselves. That's like climbing out of a very deep, deep pit.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
I mean, the truth is, I just don't think that Jesus came for us to stay victims. He wanted us to reach victory. He wanted us to go from the one that was lost back to the 99. The 99 are still a part of the story. And sometimes we need to be found, and other times we got to help Jesus find other people that need it. So we can't be victims all the time. We have to go and help Jesus, partner with Jesus to be victors.
And sometimes trust that he can pull us out of a pit that seems like it's bottomless.
Oh my gosh. What I love so much about Jesus is that he highlights throughout his word what it looks like to be lost and then found, to be dead and to come back to life again. And I don't know about you, but I want to live a hopeful life. I want to know that no matter what, Jesus is on the way, and so are his people.
After he resurrected, he turned around and helped us.
That's right. Sent us a little helper.
This book is filled with wonderful wisdom from a woman who has walked through some difficult times. It's called Don't Try This Alone: How to Build Deep Community When You Want to Hide from Your Pain. It's available nationwide. And so I just want to encourage you. What do you want the takeaway of the book especially to be for people tonight?
I want us to pursue healthy community, and I want us to be healthy people too.
It's how the world sees Jesus in us and knows that he's real. What do you have coming up? Is there another book in the wings?
There's a little kids book coming up. We have Broken Crayons Still Color, our first kids book, but there's a second kids book coming, and we're going to talk about anger and what it looks like to feel deeply.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things I loved is you talk about your relationship with your children in the book. And, you know, you drew a line in the sand and said, the buck's going to stop here.
Oh, yes.
What happened to me is not going to be passed on to my children.
100%.
And, you know, we get to do that.
Isn't that good news?
We get to choose.
We get to choose, and
he
we get to
chooses
create.
us, and then we get to choose him.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's
It's
right.
all in the book. I hope you'll go out and buy it. I think you'll find it to be a book that will give you some real freedom in your own life from things that might be holding you back, holding you down. Give it a shot.